I love that response. I thought I was like, all right, cool. She ain't gonna get all woke and oh yeah, because Kamala's black woman, go vote for her. I thought that's where it was gonna stay. And then something popped up on my feed last night, I think it was, as I was preparing the notes for this show, that I just had to address. I had to address, because if that was the case a couple months ago, how can you possibly tweet this? How can you actually say, as a woman, you're heartbroken for us all, and I'm so disappointed in America? Some of you couldn't selfishly put your pride aside, huh? How much of a contradiction is that? And how ridiculous is that, when just a few months ago, you clearly stated you have done no education whatsoever on the specific topic, but now you're disappointed in America? Now, as a woman, now you're joining forces. So you see where you see how it's not the politicians whatsoever. It's not Donald Trump, nor is it Kamala Harris, nor is it Joe Biden, nor is it any of these people that we're looking to for blame. It's none of these people that creates a division in this country. It's the folks that we have celebrated, the folks that we have given massive platforms to, that haven't really earned these massive platforms for anything really significant, and have just been kind of people that have gone viral because of one thing. We've given them these platforms, and this is the direction that they're taking young people. This is the direction that they're taking kids. I mean, thank God I don't follow her, but could you imagine the amount of young girls that actually follow her and have to read something like this? After just a few months ago, she just said, hey, I haven't done much education on the whole political landscape and all that kind of stuff. And it leads me to the final point. I know I'm 20 minutes in, but I'm going to get to the importance of aligning, because today's topic, we're talking about how to align with the previous opponent. I'm going to show you this next clip that has probably already gone viral at this point, but it's of Jimmy Kimmel crying. And he's crying. He's crying. A comedy host, late night comedy host, has been through a lot, has seen a lot in his life, I'm sure. I don't know his bio or his backstory. But what brings him to tears is incredibly concerning to me. What brings him to tears is incredibly concerning to me. And you're going to find out why in a second. I'm just going to play the clip. We're going to react to it, and then we're going to move forward with the today's agenda.
It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for our allies.
My God, a terrible night, and a terrible night for people who. It wasn't a close race. It was a landslide. All right. So how can you tell people it's been a terrible night when it's clearly what they wanted? All right. So I'm done. I just had to get that off my chest. So as far as today's topic, which is aligning with a previous opponent, I want to be very clear, and I want you guys to understand. All right. The reason that I myself personally have taken it on myself to taken the responsibility of giving you the proper information is because I realize how bad things are. I think back to when I was a kid, and there was maybe just the news and just watching one TV network. Now I think about the kids now and how they are forced to listen to a lot of the nonsense that I just played about how it's so terrible, and how they like to create their pessimistic ways and put all their pessimism onto the young people, regardless of who's listening. They can care less. They're actually the ones being irresponsible. It is my obligation to give you the real truth about the situation. All right? What we saw this week between J.D. Vance and Donald Trump is a true testament of maturity, is a true testament of when you disagree with an individual. Number one, you can disagree. You're supposed to disagree. You're not supposed to align with everything somebody says. It's okay to disagree, but there's a way to disagree respectfully.